Okay, guys, this is Jessica. She's my second participant, or third. I'm sorry, I'm losing count. I'm so busy. Jessica, have you had any personal experience with weight bias?
Oh, I would say it goes along with being tall.
Mm-hmm.
And I do remember that I would get nicknames like the big lady when I played basketball,
Mm-hmm.
which isn't funny and isn't a good way of describing someone. And yes, they meant I was tall, but I think some of that is also awkwardness and you're not, I was never petite, let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm. So there's kind of a negative connotation with the word big, like being a big girl or a big lady.
Yep.
It's not something you want to hear.
No.
Okay. What do you think when you see an overweight person eating fast food? What are the first things that come to your mind? Be honest.
Well, I think it's really funny if you get a Diet Coke with it.
Uh-huh.
I think I've learned to dislike fast food.
Uh-huh.
My dad in particular has a big affinity for it. My dad is very overweight right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it is something that's hurting our country, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any value in the food. I think it's highly addictive.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, honestly, working for Kaiser, I think we have an obesity epidemic. And I think that that's only encouraging a lot of increased costs in our healthcare and a lot of unhappiness for people because it doesn't feel good to be overweight.
Sure. And what about if you see an underweight person eating fast food, like a normal or average sized person eating fast food? Do you have any things that pop up into your head?
I honestly don't as much because in my head I think they're managing their weight.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're doing something to counteract it because the more you learn about nutrition, the more you learn that what you take in, you can burn. So it's like a give and take. I don't think that much about them eating it. I still think it's not the best idea for our country to have as much fast food as we do.
Mm-hmm. Are you a nutrition minor? That was a very educated answer there. Do you think society contributes to the issue of weight bias?
I definitely do. I grew up looking at magazines and looking at models, and I remember thinking I would love to be a model, and then the older I got, I thought I can't possibly be one because the sizes that the designers make are zeros and twos, and at most twos, double zeros and zeros, whatever. There's no way. I've never been under a size 12 in my life. And so once you realize the reality of that, what you're seeing in the magazines and that size that they are, it's highly unattainable for an average person to get down that low, and maybe unhealthy to get down that low depending on how tall you are.
Right. Do you think that overweight people are the only victims of weight bias?
No, I think that if you're anorexic, people judge you. I think if you're thin, people think that you have so much time on your hands, you have money. A lot of it revolves around money because you think, well, that person has the ability to buy better food, the ability to have a gym membership. So there's reasons why you would think that they're entitled or they have better options.
Mm-hmm.
And in the reverse, I've heard people say that poor people can't afford to be thin. That I disagree with. I think you can plant a vegetable garden. I think you can buy rice and vegetables and things like that. So I'm not entirely sure I agree with the lower income people can't do it. They just don't have the options or the variety that someone maybe with money would. So it would be harder.
Right. How much do you agree with the statement that being thin equals being happy?
I think women are generally very hard on themselves, and I think
Agreed.
that almost no matter how thin you get, I'm sure you'll find something, to look at that you could fix or you can make better. And I think that we promote that idea, which is sad.
As a society, we kind of contribute to weight bias on both sides. Thanks, Jessica.
No problem.